What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on? How is everybody doing? How everybody doing out there? I guess and I pray that we all are having a great trading week. I'm having one, but I kind of like that some bullshit. I kind of like that some BS yesterday. You feel me? I took more than two trades yesterday because one, I took profit, two, I took loss. That time I was trying to bring back the losses and I took a loss again, which led me into experiences losses or having me to go against the markets, you feel me? As far as me having to overtrade or being greedy, you feel me? Or having FOMO. So we all know that like we are traders, we do overcome that, we learn from it, and we do like eventually get off of that hump. But without further ado, that's your boy Harlan and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, there's going to be a breakdown or there's going to be there's going to be a 6-month or our yearly review on Bitcoin, like I do on the NAS, on all my trading pairs, on my trading portfolio. Now we're working on Bitcoin. The next session gonna be Ethereum. The other session gonna be Bitcoin. The next gonna be what? Gonna be oil. After oil, I'm gonna have a few bonuses for y'all, so I can show y'all that like it's not about me having to do this 10 pairs because I've been trading this 10 pairs all my life, but it's about me having to show y'all that, like what I do on this pairs like do eventually or do like most probably happen on every other trading pair for me. So without better ado, people, without better ado, let's just hop in and let's continue to trust the process. Like you guys always know that like all the zones, all the levels that are marked out, those are levels which I've been trading with ever since I introduced myself into Bitcoin. I will never remove them. I will never remove them unless price does something otherwise. Unless we continue trading to the upside, then there wouldn't be any need for me to still use the support. If price does continue moving to the downside, there wouldn't be any need for me to use this resistance for me. But without better ado, people, let's just look at Bitcoin and let's see what we can find for the coming 6 months or the whole year. So ever since I introduced myself into Bitcoin 2015, I knew Bitcoin 2015 when I knew Forex trading. When I introduced myself into Forex trading 2015, I knew Bitcoin 2015, but I wasn't interested in Bitcoin because they always told me that like I need to make big purchases or big deposits in order for me to trade Bitcoin. Where it was at that time, I didn't have 5K, I didn't have 10K, I didn't have 50K. Even now, people, that's just like too much money for me to just invest into something. But we're working on what we're working on. We're using what we have to build on the shit that we need in life. So Bitcoin, we clearly can tell that like prices were moving in a clean uptrend, right? Why was price moving in a clean uptrend? Because now, if you can see, let's just do this before I'm gonna restart it. 2015, when I introduced myself into Bitcoin, 2015, people, no cap. Bitcoin has been trading on what, that $100 mark. It was $100, right? And then price started moving in higher highs and in higher lows. You feel me? Until we had this impulsive move to the upside, 2017. So 2017, that's where Bitcoin got the most recognition. 2017, that's where people got recognition of Bitcoin. I will never share the history of Bitcoin, where it comes from, who owns it, who did this, who did that. I will only share technical analysis and they're going to be it. Any fundamentals and any type of shit like that, I don't give a fuck about it. So until now, price did what? Until price printed out this all-time high and this higher low and this now high, not higher than the previous high. But unfortunately, price did what? Price still continued moving to the upside. So now, once price started trading above these highs, we now saw that like there is a high possibility that like Bitcoin can continue moving to the upside because we're trading above our resistance, right? Let me repeat this. Once price traded above this resistance, we knew that like price will eventually continue moving to the upside because we broke our major resistance before we created this new all-time high resistance, right? So now once price started pushing to the upside, we had this high, right? We had this high before we had the second high. We had this one high, and then price did what? Price pushed to the downside. So with now price pushing to the downside, creating multiple week rejections right there. So with this multiple week rejections right there, anticipating that like price is failing to continue moving to the downside, and price is giving signs that we might reverse and move to the upside. This is a 3-month period, people. This is what this is May, June, July, right? This is May, June, July, a 3-month period, people. And then price did what? And then price pushed to the upside. So now with us having a higher high, with us having an all-time high and another all-time high, right? Price started like giving us a potential a potential double top, and price started pushing to the downside. You feel me, people? Let me repeat this. Once price printed out this higher high, coming back for a higher low, and then a higher high with a potential double top, anticipation of price having some bullish depletion, and the bearish momentum in price reversed and pushed to the downside, right? So now, because now price is trading on our what? Because now price is trading above our support zone. This is our support zone. This is our major support zone. You will see it on smaller time frames. Please bear with me. So now price trading above our major above our major support zone. It's an indication that like we might be having a potential anticipation of price might be showing us signs that we might reverse to the upside. But why am I saying that, or why am I anticipating something like that? It's because now once price broke out and closed below our support, look at what happened. Once we closed below our support, price came back for a retest, right, and closed bearish with a bullish open and a bear close, with the coming candle impulsively pushing to the upside, breaking back or trading above our major support. So once price traded above our major support, the only thing that I started looking for in Bitcoin, it was for what? For price having to come for a retest above in anticipation of a continuation or a reversal to the upside, anticipating a break of support and a break back in with a retest above, anticipation of a reversal to the upside. So my take on Bitcoin, because now price is trading above our support, long as price doesn't break out, or long as price won't trade below our major support, I'm still anticipating a retest above in anticipation of a reversal to the upside. So my take on Bitcoin from the monthly time frame is, if price don't break out of our support, or if price don't print out new lows, I'm looking forward for reversals, or I'm looking for price to be bullish. You feel me, people? But if price breaks or trades below, then I'm looking forward for price to continue bearish, and that will be it. You feel me? So looking at the weekly time frame, so on the weekly time frame, we now know, people, that like what we have from the daily. I'm only going to focus on how price reacted to our zones, right? This is our first zone, right? Okay, this is our all-time high. I wouldn't stress about it because price is trading far from the zone. So looking at what the zones right there, we're having multiple week rejections right there, right? So with now having multiple rejections above the zone, we anticipate now price having to be bullish above the zone. Same shit with the support zone. So this is my 2022 support, right? This is my 2022 support, and this is just my type of support zone, or a key level, which I just use to confirm trading bearish below of it, trading bullish above off of it. So now from the weekly time frame, all I see now, it's that like price is having some type of inverse head and shoulders, right? So now if I anticipate some type of inverse head and shoulders, right? If we're looking at an inverse head and shoulders formation, right? If what I'm saying from the monthly time frame, the live price needs to come back for a retest above in anticipation of whatever reversal to the upside, then the success of our inverse head and shoulders will be 100%, because we now know the like price on the monthly time frame, we broke out of our support and we broke back in of our support. So the only thing we're looking for from the breakout and the break back in is for a retest above to continue or to reverse bullish. On our weekly time frame, we're having some type of inverse head and shoulders. With the success of what we're looking for on the monthly time frame and the success of what we're looking for on the weekly time frame, it will confirm that like the reversal we anticipate will be a success. You feel me, people? So now on the weekly time frame, we're having some type of inverse head and shoulders, right? Like I said, on the monthly, long as price don't break out or long as price don't trade below our major support, then I still anticipate what a reversal to the upside. But if price breaks out and trades below, then I will anticipate what continuation to the downside, because now price did what? Price did have a push in an exhaustion and a continuation push to the downside, and that will be it. So from the weekly time frame, people, let me repeat this once again. We see or anticipate some type of what? Some type of inverse head and shoulders. So with some type of inverse head and shoulders, okay, when with the inverse head and shoulders that we see on the weekly time frame, what we anticipate from the monthly and what we see from the weekly, it has to be a correlation. If we are really looking for a retest above from the monthly time frame to continue to reverse bullish, and what we see from the weekly, that's inverse head and shoulders, the success of these two signals that we have will be a confirmation into what we are anticipating. So my weekly time frame is I see an inverse head and shoulders. The only thing that I can do right now is to just wait for my monthly time frame to give me signs that we are not going to continue bearish, and give me signs that like we are looking to be bullish, and anticipate what? A reversal to the upside. That's my take on the weekly time frame. I anticipate an inverse head and shoulders. We're only waiting for the monthly time frame to give us a confirmation, and that will be it. So looking at the daily time frame. So from the daily time frame, we only have to see the reasons into why price was bullish and why price was bearish, right? So starting off from the history right there. So now price has been holding this zone, right? Until price dropped, printing out some type of support, holding some type of resistance, until price had a what? Had an impulsive breakout and came back for a retest, but didn't come back fully to our resistance, and price started continuing to the upside. So now, from this multiple week rejections that I see right there, and price continuing to the upside, coming back right there, having signs, having multiple rejections again, and moving to the upside. With now price trading on our resistance, on our all-time high resistance, price started moving in lower lows and in lower highs, right? So now looking at current price, because that's what we're mainly focusing on. Price is this high, right? And price came back to this high, and price is giving me signs that we are failing to break this high. Like I said on my weekly outlook, people, I can't remember what week it was, but I did say that like if price trades above the zone, let's continue bullish. If price trades below, let's reverse and be bearish. You feel me, people? Those are my two takes, and that's it. So on the daily time frame, I wouldn't be looking for much, because what I've looked for from the weekly and what I've looked for from the monthly, what I look for the monthly and the weekly, they are kind of like correlating to what I anticipate. So now what will happen on the daily, on the 4-hour and other time frames, it won't impact me that much. It wouldn't impact me that much, because I know that like from the monthly, I'm looking for price to have a retest above, anticipation of a reversal to the upside. With a close below, then obviously you anticipate a continuation to the downside, right? On the weekly time frame, we're anticipating we see some type of inverse head and shoulders, right? So with this type of inverse head and shoulders, the only thing we're waiting for is for our right shoulder to form and price to continue to the upside, with our monthly giving us signs that we are failing to break our support, and we're having a retest above and look for reversals to the upside. You feel me, people? So Bitcoin now, I wouldn't explain much, because what I'm looking for or what I see, it's just as pure as cocaine in the 80s. You feel me, people? Let me repeat this. What I see on Bitcoin from the monthly and the weekly, it's just as pure as cocaine in the 80s. You feel me? There's nothing more I need to look for, and there's nothing much I also need to look for, because I now know that like my weekly time frame, from my daily time frame, price had a breakout, and a break back in, right? We're only looking for a retest above in anticipation of a continuation to the upside. My weekly has some type of inverse head and shoulders. We're simply looking for the monthly to have a retest above, and we're looking for that right shoulder formation to form on our weekly in anticipation of a reversal to the upside. So on our daily, the only thing that we're looking for is for price to give us signs that we will fail to break right there and reverse to the upside, or we will break out of this zone and have a retest and continue moving to the downside. So people, this is Bitcoin. 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 A lot can happen, right? A lot can happen. Bitcoin might favor my setup. Bitcoin might not favor my setup. It might be a success. It might not be a success. It might do what I anticipate. It might not do what I anticipate. The only thing that we can do is to just stick to what we always are working on and just let the rest be history. You feel me, people? So this is your boy Harlem. 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 I don't need to go to the 4 hour. I don't need to go to the hourly, because I now see that, like, from the daily, from the monthly and the weekly and the daily, the things that I'm looking for kind of like correlate, and that's it. So that's all I got on this video, people. That's all I got.